today I am going to, get on the topic of things people don't tell you about your 20s. This is a pretty big topic for, I know, everybody in my life that is in their 20s and trying to progress. So a few topics that we have to start is when people don't talk to you like you're in your 20s and you have a degree. And I'll let you kind of elaborate on your experience with that.
So, as you can see, both in our 20s, both just graduated with really good degrees. Got a law degree over here, 2 degrees, psychology and Africana studies, but yet people still don't think we are capable of doing some shit.
It's like really annoying because we were just having this conversation before, like when you turn 20 and even before you graduate, people look at you, and if you don't look like you're older than, I guess, like 21, 22, they just automatically assume that you're immature. And it just really pisses me off because I even have to tell people at my job, like, I'm 22, but the bitch is grown. Like, don't talk to me like I'm 12. The only person that's capable of doing that is my mother and my grandmother.
For example, I just went to a family gathering yesterday, and my uncle's new, for the second time around, wife decided that she was just going to disrespect me just a little bit by saying, "Oh, shouldn't you address me as Miss or Auntie? Since, you know, I am now a part of the family."
And it's like, even with your family, I feel like if it's not your parents and you don't have that relationship with them, like, why are you trying to make me respect you? Like, the respect is gonna come. Again, we're adults. Yes, we're not in our late 20s with fiancés or husbands, but we're still adults. And it's like, for whatever reason, when you're a fresh college graduate or you're even just in your 20s, that respect is kind of lost for you from the people that are older than you. And it just makes this whole transition of being in your 20s so much harder because you feel like nobody respects you at your age.
I feel like people aren't understanding that we're older than what we used to be, obviously. But they still want to treat us as though
you're like
we're
15.
we're 15, still in grade school, still trying to get our feet wet. Granted, we're still trying to get our feet wet, but we're doing it with a more mature mindset, with degrees behind our backs, with resumes full of experience that a lot of older people don't seem to have. I'm not trying to put like the older generation down, but everybody's been telling us, go to school, go to college, like earn your respect. But when we go to school and go to college and earn our respect,
it feels
we
like
don't want to give it.
it's still not there. And I think that definitely segues into the next one, which is getting a real job is hard. So we both just graduated. Mia has 1 semester left, but I mean, she's done. So it's hard. Like, my best friend back home as well, like both of them the past 2 days have given me so much good, like, just helpful tips, not even tips, but just things they're going through. So she's trying to find a job currently, and because we both live in New Jersey, there's really nothing around here for us, especially starting for what we have our degrees in. You have to go to Philly, and because we're so new to this, it's like your resume doesn't have much experience outside of the little bullshit jobs you worked while you were in college and then your internships. So it's like, okay, how do you get a real job if you don't have that experience that these companies and corporations want you to have when you get ready to apply for a job?
A degree with 10 years of experience, guys. I don't know how they expected that to happen when straight from high school we went straight to college.
When I was applying for this job the other night, they wanted 3 years of administrative experience. I'm looking at the application like I have 4 years of college experience.
That counts, right?
Right, like
go to school, go to class, take notes.
I was an active listener. Like I raised my hand. Like, what do you?
Got everything done by deadlines. feel like that's one of the qualifications. We passed.
It's just people don't tell you, like, when you graduate, unless you know somebody or you are jumping into grad school, that job, child, it's gonna be waiting on you for a minute, like, to get there, because you have to, number one, know that you're ready for the job for yourself, and number two, be able to find one. I mean, if you can't find a job, that doesn't say anything about you. It's just the reality of the situation. Like, it's just not possible sometimes.
They say a degree is supposed to make it a lot easier to find a job since you're now a little bit more qualified.
No.
But as you can see, for the most part, the people who didn't go to school, they have a lot more experience than we do. And it seems as though the people with experience are getting more jobs. Not putting down the people who, like, didn't go to school because school isn't for everybody. But we didn't have that choice.
Yeah. And you, like you said, those people that didn't go to school may be more qualified than we are because of their experience, not even because they are educated enough for their position. So, speaking of quarters and coins, going into what they don't tell you about your money when you get into your 20s.
Cha-ching.
Piss poor. Piss poor. You gonna be piss poor, y'all.
If you don't have a job straight out of college,
you gonna be pissed
you're
poor.
gonna be piss poor, because everything, bills start coming up. Your parents are like, look,
you got to for yourself.
It's time for you to get off my insurance. Where your house at?
Pay that cell phone bill.
Pay that cell phone bill. Don't you get paid enough for this? No.
You know what's so funny? My mom really thinks that I don't have any bills. And it makes me laugh whenever I talk to her, because I don't live at home and I live with my boyfriend. So every time a bill comes in, it goes to my mom's house, but those are still my bills. And I still get the calls, I still get the emails. On top of, like, my Monday through Friday stuff, Mommy, I have bills. And I want you to understand that.
When our parents and everybody was like, oh, college will be the best 4 years and the hardest 4 years of your life. College was nice. You know, they didn't lie. But I feel like the hardest part is getting your feet grounded when you get out of college. Because finding a job is hard. And when you can't find the job, you can't get the money. Especially when they expect you to be underpaid for what you're already qualified for. Like, if you have I have 4 years of experience in administrative work, along with 2 degrees, one in a socialized setting. So if people are trying to only pay me $9 an hour, what's the point? When technically I'm qualified for $15 an hour work.
And I think, you know, when I sat down the other night and worked on my resume, and just kind of laid it out, I highlighted what the qualifications were for the jobs that I was applying, and then lined it up with my work experience the past 4 years, and you'll be surprised. You have so much more experience than you think. So don't let anybody tell you, you know, you're not qualified for this job, you don't have the experience. Trust me, you do. You have to line your 4 years of what you consider to be a bullshit job up with that resume and make it work. Like, make it work for you. I worked at several hospitality places, a law firm I interned at, and I also worked for her mom on campus, and I've trained other staff. Like, all the experience that I've had, when I put that down on paper, I look like I should be somebody's manager. But I didn't know that I had that type of experience, because in my mind, okay, I'm working just to work. I'm not working for my future. So, our next topic is credit cards to go along with the money. Parents don't be telling you that you got to live off your credit cards
For the rest of your life. I have 2 credit cards right now, only 2. A Walmart card, which, yeah, I know, you know, Walmart is ass.
Walmart is clutch, though.
It comes in handy, but, you know, the founders are ass. I have a Walmart card and a Pep Boys credit card. Do not choose Pep Boys as the yeah, Pep Boys does credit cards. Do not do it. Pep Boys is so expensive. I have a $700 limit, and it seems as though every month or so something's going on with my car. Like a tire popped every other day. I just got my brakes replaced. My window just stopped working. So, and it's fairly new. It's a 2011, but yet shit happens.
I have a Walmart card and a Discover card. I know for the longest time, first and foremost,
I don't know why you got Discover in the first place. Discover is a piece of work.
Discover gives you cash back. It's not the best cash back, but when you don't have no money, cash back is cash back. I have Discover, I have Walmart. For the longest, for a year, I wasn't even able to pay my card off because I worked 2 ass jobs. Like they weren't giving me enough money to pay my cards off. So I finally paid the card off. They increased my line of credit, and then it's like they increased my line of credit and bills started coming in, and my bills were more than what I was making, so I had to use my credit card.
No choice.
So just know that, yeah, you work, but unless you have a real job that's providing you with real money, you're going to be swiping your credit cards. And it's not even like you're trying to be frivolous, because 9 times out of 10, it's like people, so okay, big controversy like in my house right now with me and my boyfriend. He doesn't like the idea of a credit card because essentially it's a loan. You're swiping that card with a loan interest, and that credit card company is allowing you to use that money, and you still have to pay it back. Okay, cool. But if you're in a position where you are struggling to get a job, you are not making the money every month, and your bills, not even by choice, are more than what you can afford every 2 weeks, you're going to use that credit card just so that you're staying current and you're able to do what you need to do, even if that means you're staying current by using the credit card and only paying the minimum on that card to keep it going. Like, you're going to do what you have to do. And I feel like it's a big controversy now with, some adults, because you're like, oh, your credit's bad. Sometimes your credit cards are bad because it can cause you to not be responsible, but if you're being responsible and life just happens, I feel like it's not, you just can't help it.
That Walmart card was my life.
Look,
like
groceries,
sanitary pads.
When back home, so they don't have it in New Jersey, but there's a car service center. So whenever I would go home, I would put my tires, my oil change, everything on that Walmart card. The only thing I couldn't get was gas. They don't have a Sam's Club that has gas from right here. I'm telling you, that Walmart card is life. Like, it's life when you don't have anything.
Especially, you can take that cash advance out.
Oh,
get cash so you can get gas.
Yes, up to $100.
Something.
That's half the reason why my credit card is so high, because when I didn't have no cents, I was just cash advancing it up. But
no, don't get caught up.
Okay, so next topic is living with your significant other. This was requested by Leah and myself because being in your 20s, nobody, it's just, so I think growing up, all of our parents were like, don't live with your boyfriend, don't live with your girlfriend, for whatever reason, live your life, do whatever. Okay, well, you hit 20, you realize you can't support yourself on your own, and a lot of your friends are scattered and aren't going to be doing the same things that you're going to be doing. So if your boyfriend or girlfriend you're stuck in a position, that's the wrong word, you're not stuck, but now you're in a position where it's like, that's actually the better choice, because you have somebody to kind of help you split that up.
You might as well. Yeah,
like, why not? Like, the older generation does make us feel like crap for like moving in with our significant other, because they're like, oh, you're too young, you should be living life. And it's like, okay, at 22, the reality is a lot of us that are out here trying to grind, get a degree, and fight for a job and do the right thing. What is life? Like, that is our life. you have to make choices that are going to be beneficial to you. And if living with your significant other is one of them, it just is.
I personally don't live with my significant other at the moment, but I am on the other side of the option, because you do have the option of staying at home living with your parents and the option of moving in with your boyfriend. The option of staying with your parents, you get to save a little bit more money. You get to save a little bit more money for the most part. If I can be out as long as I want to be, but my mom would like to know, so she won't lock me out of the house. Can't stumble in inebriated, because they're gonna look at you like, my house, my rules. I can't have many sleepovers, because I do have a significant other and he is allowed to stay. But did you spit? I am allowed to have a sleepover or two.
She lucky, because up until the time I turned, no, this year, I was not allowed to have sleepovers. And I think the only reason why that happens is because my mom actually likes my boyfriend. Okay, so.
And my shirt is popped.
Why? Second to the last, we're concluding. Seeing others who are successful and hoping that you are too. So with the list of things we just gave you, obviously you're going to feel like absolute garbage.
But yet it seems as though everybody else your age,
they popping out kids, they married, they catching diamonds out here, and look, I can't even rub two nickels together to make a dime some days, and it's a hot mess.
Maybe they knew the right person. You can flex all you want while you're 20, but when you turn 30 years old,
that's gonna catch up to you.
And you living in the gutter, and I'm out here like, how are you gonna feel?
And it is like, it's annoying, because every time I would look at my timeline on Instagram, somebody is pregnant, somebody is getting engaged, or somebody just got married. And mind you, these aren't even people that that are much older than me.
People
these
that we know.
Yeah, that are our age, and it's like, how? It's like, honestly, I mean, I made my coworker laugh the other night, because I told her, I said, I can't even, if I had a dog, that poor thing would die of starvation. Like, I can't afford dog food. Be comfortable and confident
with your situation.
Yeah, with your situation. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that I definitely have been encouraging her, all my friends, because it's hard right now. All of us are out here working 2 and 3 jobs, and they're not even good jobs.
They're like trash. I worked at Burger King. I worked
on campus.
Yeah, on campus.
I understand that your journey is your journey, and I think that the biggest takeaway is that we're all gonna get there. If I could have had somebody tell me some of the things that I'm learning right now, and what to look out for, what to be prepared for, and do it all again, the past 4 years of my life, I feel like I would have prepped a lot better. Like, try when you can to change your mindset about it, because I'm finding that I feel better knowing, okay, I have a year off, and I can actually get a job, get some work experience, and take that with me to law school now. And yeah, I'll be part-time, but I'm going to go to law school with some knowledge that I would have never had if I didn't have the year off to prep and work and get myself together and become a debt-free person. So, be confident in your journey and find like-minded people that you can push and encourage, because 20 through 25, yeah, those are going to be the worst and toughest years of your life, because you are really transitioning into what it means to be an adult. And not only
the average person.
Yeah, for the average person. But, you know, not only an adult, but what it means to be a mature adult. Because there are people who are 30 years old out there acting childish. I could name a few. Just be confident in your journey. Things are gonna come, things are gonna fall into place, and don't fight nobody on the way out, because let me tell you, every night when I leave work,
you gotta appreciate what you're going through at the time. Well, even at this current standing, because what you appreciate now, you're going to realize how much more you appreciate it later on. Because we've gone through some things, like even in our friendship, like we stopped fucking with each other for a long time. I even, like Ashley said, if she got the tips and everything that she knew now back then, I still don't think I would change my exact journey, only because I wouldn't be exactly where I am now. I would miss out on all the learning experiences that I did go through. So without those learning experiences, I can't come and share my learning experiences with you and feed off those learning experiences so I can continue to move forward and learn in the future.
I think we kind of just switched on this, like staying motivated and seeing other successful people. So those are just the last two important things. It's just within your journey, stay motivated. And yes, other people, they look successful, but again, you don't know their story. You don't know what their home situation is like. And you know, you sit on Instagram, you sit on Facebook, and you're like, damn, I really want to be like them, and I really wish I had that. But everything comes with a cost. Just like where you're sitting right now with the rest of us, at 22, 23 years old,
20 to 25 plus,
you're just as successful, because think about it this way: you had the opportunity to do some things that if you had kids, if you had a husband, depending on what your obligations are, you wouldn't be able to do them. And I think that I'm very lucky to have somebody in my life that has constantly motivated and pushed me and is very understanding, like, okay, yes, I want to be with you, but you need to prioritize yourself. And I think that, again, it comes to friends, relationships. Find people who keep you motivated. Find people that keep you centered, because if not, it's going to put you in a negative space. And I think, like, this is already sometimes negative enough.
You're going to want to put yourself in that negative mind space. So you're going to want to put yourself around people and surround yourself with people who don't want to see you in that negative mind space, so that when you attempt to dive in, they yank you back out real quick. Your 20s is where you're supposed to figure it all out. You're not going to figure it out. Don't stop trying to figure it out, like, because it's just going to happen. Like, everything's just going to fall into place as long as you know that it's going to fall into place. But yeah.
Especially ladies, I know we all trying to catch rings out here by 25.
You don't need the ring.
You're lying. You don't need it by 25, but put your hands out. You will catch one. So I hope that this helped someone. I'm still 3 videos new on YouTube. I think my camera's overheating, so we're just gonna call it a something. What is it? What time is it? Evening? It's 5:30. Call it a night.
Yep, call it a night.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. That'd be great. I'm not the most outgoing person. And go over to
she.cosmic on Instagram, hit me up.
Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
How could it be 20-something, all alone, still not a thing in my name? Ain't got nothing, running from love, only no fear.